where's the drums?
Hey guys, it's Heart. Welcome back to day 2 of 25 Days of Summer, and today I'm going to be giving you some AG photography life hacks and tricks. Let's get right into it. So the first tip I have for you is if you don't have a reflector, and basically a reflector is something that you use in photography to like brighten up the subject because it takes light and then reflects it off of the surface. So here's what a reflector looks like, and if you don't have one of those, then you can take a piece of cardboard and cover it in tin foil, and then it will work pretty similarly, not exactly the same, but it does the trick. The next tip is if you want to create a fade in a photo, you can take any object and hold it close to the lens, like even now, like that's paper being held to the lens, so you can really use any object you want and it creates pretty cool effects. The next tip is to create a cool reflective effect. You can hold your phone on the bottom of the lens. It will reflect everything, and this looks good near water and stuff. It will look like, it looks pretty cool. So just try it out. Next is to use a piece of poster board for literally 50 cents or less to create any kind of colored background you want. And this is great for videos also. If you don't have a backdrop, then it's a great alternative. And in photos, if you just want like a nice plain background, if you have a lot going on in the scene anyway, then poster board is awesome. And Carolee LS has a tutorial on how to extend the backdrop, so I'll link it down below. So if the backdrop isn't big enough, then you can still, you know, expand it. And I think you can do the same thing if you don't have Photoshop. You can use Pixlr, which is a free online editing tool, to do the same thing. So this is more of a tip. The rule of thirds is a great thing to use because it makes your photos more interesting rather than seeing the same portrait over and over again. So basically what it is you imagine a 9x9 grid on your camera, and I believe some cameras you can actually turn the grid on so it's there when you're shooting, but basically you want to have your subject where the lines intersect. Here's an example. So there's a photo and then the 9x9 grid on it, and the subject is where the lines intersect. So it's pretty simple, and it's a great thing to use to spice up your photos. Next is to create a hazy effect around the lens by using a sandwich bag. So basically you kind of just cut open the center of a sandwich bag and then just put it on your lens, and it creates pretty cool effects, and I think it looks really cool. So my last tip is also using tin foil. So if you're done with your reflector, you can take that tin foil and crumple it up and then put it against a wall, and it will create a really cool bokeh effect in the background. And here's an example of what it looks like without a doll, and then here's an example of what it looks like with the doll there. So it's a really nice little portrait, and it looks really interesting in the background and everything. You could even use this for people if you have a lot of tin foil, or if you're doing really close-ups or animals or anything. It's really, really cool. Okay guys, so I hope you found these tricks helpful. I really love photography and I like sharing it with you guys, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!